Here's your heavy revy for today. Verse 8 of our text. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And then when I read that, I thought to myself, that's interesting that the scripture says, stay humble, submit to authority. He's talking about a humble humility. He's talking about submission. He's talking about all these things. And then out of the blue, he says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And if you use the law of first mention, this is the first time this is mentioned. It's not and I know we still preach it. Don't worry, you can still preach on it. That the devil's a roaring lion, and we can resist him, and we can come against him, and he's just trying to scare you, and he's just trying to intimidate you, and we can say all that. But in context, that's not what he's talking about. In context, what he's talking about is the roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. In other words, he's looking for someone that he can implant in you a spirit of pride. He's looking for someone that he can devour with pride, that he can put that in us, that Korah spirit can come in and infiltrate into our lives, that, oh, I can do what I want to do. What does the pastor know? He doesn't. You know what I'm talking about? We have to be careful, because that lion's walking around and he's seeking whom he may devour with pride, to impart in us that spirit of pride. It's a prideful lion. Because what happens is then people are roaring all over the place, trying to prove their worth. And pride can affect every one of us. The enemy is looking for someone to put pride in. Oh, what does the pastor know? I need to go tell the pastor how he should preach the next message. He's not devouring you with attacks. He's not devouring you with temptation or trials. He's not devouring. He doesn't need to do that, because he knows, just like he did to the children of Israel. He says, he said when Balak said, curse the children of Israel, I believe it was. He said, curse. He couldn't do it. Every time he goes, I can't. He said, I would look at him and say, bless. And the king was just furious. Like, why can't you curse the children? He goes, I can't curse what God has blessed. But I tell you what you can do. He says, get them to worship other gods and they'll curse themselves.